Welcome to Chinese Novel Audio Wave. Chapter 31, That Came from the Heavenly Palace. I heard that someone wants to make it impossible for me to gain a foothold in the demon city. Lu Gan had a playful expression on his face, holding the drunk beauty in his arms, with a cynical look on his face, not taking anyone present seriously at all. He ignored the shocked expressions on the faces present and focused his gaze on Zhao Kun's face for a moment. Then, he glanced meaningfully at Li Yang, who was drinking. Sure enough, the little brat from the Li family is also here. In this case, the first killing game was also masterminded by this brat Li Yang. That's perfect. Let's take care of this little b************* d tonight. Let this little b********** d know how many eyes the Horse King has. You want to hide behind the scenes and avoid trouble, right? I have to find you out. The bodyguard Lu Zhang in the front seat also got out of the car silently and followed this living ancestor. His mission is to protect the safety of this living ancestor, and he doesn't care about anything else. Puff. Li Yang, who had been acting very elegant and wanted to see the monkey, blurted out the romance worth millions in his mouth the moment he saw Lu Gan. He looked panicked and his eyes were full of disbelief. Even the wine glass in his hand couldn't help shaking and he could hardly hold it. Damn it. What's going on? How come Lu Gan is here? According to the original plan and the assessment of Lu Gan's character, the other party should not pick up Liu Ruyue and enjoy her at this time. How did I suddenly break into this banquet? This doesn't go according to plan. It's all messed up. At this moment, it was not just Li Yang who was feeling numb. When Zhao Kun, who was standing by, saw Lu Gan's face, the anger on his face froze instantly, his pupils shrank, and his scalp felt tingling, as if he had seen a ghost in the middle of the night. Broken. How did we get this living ancestor here? At this moment, the eldest son of the Zhao family seemed to have lost his rebellious behavior. Just like a mouse meeting a cat. While the two young masters of the wealthy families were doing it, the guests present could not help but. Who is that person? Is he crazy? How dare he drive into Mr. Zhao's party? He must be tired of living. Hiss, you see, the person in that man's arms seems to be Liu Ruyue, the daughter of the Liu family. I heard that young Master Zhao has been pursuing her for many years. That young man is handsome, but his life is not so good. He is doomed. He ruined Mr. Zhao's banquet in front of him and hugged his goddess. I am afraid there will be bloodshed tonight. I can tell at a glance that he is a country bumpkin who just came to the Magic City not long ago. He used to be a tyrant in other places, but now that he has come to the Magic City, I'm afraid he hasn't even seen the real Buddha. Many people couldn't help but sigh, looking pessimistic, and some couldn't help but reveal a joking expression. But there were still a few people of high status and students from the Magic City University present. When they saw Lu Gan's face, they instantly recognized his identity. You idiots, shut up. I scared your dog eyes. Did you guys talk about that living ancestor yourself? If you say a few more words, you and your families will all die. In front of that person, what are the Zhao family, the Li family, and the four great families in the Demon City? That guy came from the imperial capital. He is the grandson of Old Liu, from the imperial senate and the direct descendant of the Tianren family. Did you see that? The protector beside him is said to be at the same level as the ancestors of the four great clans. This is a celestial being who walked out of the heavenly palace. How can we discuss him? In an instant, the whole place was silent. After learning about Lu Gan's true identity, the person who had just shown a mocking expression held his breath and even dared not to breathe. Bang! Some people who couldn't endure it psychologically simply fell to the ground with a thud and fainted on the spot. Ding! The host changes the original simulation timeline, suddenly breaks into the banquet, and confronts the mastermind behind the first killing. He scares everyone present and shows the pressure of a top villain. Reward: 1000 villain points. The mechanical voice of Villain Life Simulator suddenly sounded in Lu Gan's mind. The smile on his lips immediately deepened. As expected, if you want to gain villain points, you have to go against the routine, go against the rules, and act unhumanly. At present, he has not yet demonstrated the ability to practice. The power behind the scenes was still afraid of the Liu family behind him, so they didn't dare to go too far, and only dared to assassinate him. This means that as long as he continues to hide his cultivation and does not expose it, he can boldly do what he writes and does. Well, he will definitely make the whole magic city in chaos tonight, and his name, Liu, will be written backwards. Come over. Thinking of this, Liu Gan smiled, hugged Liu Ruyue, and hooked his finger at Zhao Kun, as if calling a dog. Mr. Liu. Zhao Kun's face was stiff, but he could only force a smile and walked over. There is no way. I am not as powerful as others, my father is not as good as others, and my grandfather is not as good as others. Then you can only bow your head and be a grandson. If you want to blame someone, you can only blame your own father and grandfather for not being helpful enough. Just now, you said that you would make it impossible for me to gain a foothold in the demon city. Mr. Liu. Misunderstanding. This is all a misunderstanding. If I had known it was you, how could I dare to? Bang! Liu Gan slapped Zhao Kun on the head with his backhand, and his face turned red instantly. Did I ask you to explain? Liu Gan looked at him with a sidelong glance, not even looking at him straight in the eye. Zhao Kun's face was stiff, his fists seemed to be clenched for a moment, and he was furious. But when Liu Zhang looked at him, he felt like he had fallen into an icy cave and instantly became obedient. Although Liu Gan knew that Zhao Kun was a scapegoat, the fact that he coveted Liu Ruyue was enough to entail his death. In order to gain the favor of Liu Ruyue, the mysterious god, he naturally didn't mind teaching him a lesson. Ding! The fateful heroine Liu Ruyue's favorability towards you +1, the host gets a reward, villain points +500. Seeing the sudden prompt sound, Liu Gan knew that Liu Ruyue in his arms was not drunk at all, but was just pretending. I think this destined heroine must be very annoyed when facing Zhao Kun, the annoying green-skinned fly, when she is in disguise. In this case, in order to play the villain better and gain the favor of this mysterious celestial being, it will be easier for me to plan ahead. Liu Gan naturally would not stop easily. Drive me out of the magic city. Do you Zhao family have the power to do that? Bang! Liu Gan smiled and slapped Zhao Kun again, slapping him symmetrically. His face instantly became as dry and red as a monkey's butt. Zhao Kun gritted his teeth. I don't dare. Bang! Since I came to the magic city, I have never met anyone more awesome than me. Why do you want to be the first one? I don't dare. Bang! Don't dare. I think you already dared to do it. Do you know that I have a crush on this woman Liu Ruyue? How dare you have such thoughts? Chapter 32. I don't like what you say, but I will slap you in the face anyway. Snap, snap, snap. Mr. Zhao, I heard that you are very awesome in Magic City. Liu Gan smiled, but his hands were strong and firm. At this moment, he did not reveal his own cultivation level, but simply used the power of a mortal. However, Zhao Kun, a cultivator of the 4th level with supernatural powers, did not dare to resist with his spiritual energy. He had to weaken his physical defense and receive the slap on his face. I was afraid that he would be injured by the shock. Ding! The favorability of the destined heroine Liu Ruyue +1, the host gets a reward, villain points +500. Ding! The favorability of the destined heroine Liu Ruyue +1.5, the host gets the reward, villain points +600. Ding! The favorability of the destined heroine Liu Ruyue +0.5, the host gets a reward, villain points +450. With a steady stream of villain points coming in, Liu Gan almost turned into a beating maniac, beating his opponents until their mouths were full of blood. In less than a minute, Zhao Kun had been slapped more than 10 times, and the slap marks on his face were like branding. As a result, Liu Gan gained the favor of the mysterious Liu Ruyue and more than 6,000 villain points. It was enough for him to go through the villain life simulation again. Of course, as time goes by, the villain points are gradually decreasing, which means that Liu Gan's plan to gain points is gradually failing. Otherwise, he might fight till the end of time. What a pity. Seeing the eldest son of the Zhao family, who had been so arrogant just now, being punished to stand and be beaten, his face was almost beaten into a pig's head. All the guests present lowered their heads in silence, not daring to watch, for fear of bringing disaster upon themselves. The scene before them clearly made them realize the horror of Lu Gan, the man who came from the heavenly palace. Even though you are the eldest son of the Zhao family and have tremendous power in the Magic City, when you meet someone of a higher level, you still have to stand at attention and speak, and you still have to be slapped in the face. Li Yong, who was standing by, couldn't help swallowing when he saw this scene. He felt a little numb and a sense of grief for the victim. After all, Zhao Kun was at the same level as him, but now he was being beaten like a dog by Lu Gan. But no matter what, he had to step forward to rescue Zhao Kun. It was not because of anything else, but because it was he who proposed the plan to drug Liu Ruyue tonight. He is the mastermind behind all this. If Zhao Kun sold it to him, then it would be his turn to be in trouble. Just when Li Yong was about to come out, there was a sudden commotion outside the room. Peng! A team of armed security guards suddenly rushed in and pointed their guns at Lu Gan. The leader was a middle-aged man with a scar on his face. This person is Lei Hu, the security manager of the Century Hotel. Century Hotel is part of the Zhao family's business. Lei Hu is naturally one of the vicious dogs raised by the Zhao family, responsible for protecting the safety of the business. Now that the eldest son of the Zhao family was beaten in the Century Hotel, Lei Hu naturally couldn't care too much. Stop it, you daring lunatic. You are so bold. Why don't you let young Master Zhao go? Lei Hu looked at Lu Gan, who didn't stop, and scolded him harshly. A small figure like him naturally didn't know Lu Gan's identity. All he knew was that since his master Zhao Kun had been *****ed, he naturally had to take over. Snap, snap, snap. The security guard behind him, who was armed with a gun, instantly pulled the bolt of his gun, ready to shoot if there was any disagreement. Stop, Lei Hu, put your gun down. This time, Li Yong and Zhao Kun were almost killed in an instant. If one is not careful and the gun goes off accidentally, I'm afraid no one present will survive. After living for so many years, this is the first time that I have had a gun pointed at my head. Even when I was in the imperial capital, I never had such an experience. The Magic City is indeed extraordinary. Lu Gan still had a smile on his face, and he slapped Zhao Kun in the face again with his backhand. Not to mention that he has now reached a high level of cultivation and has mastered the 5th level of the Ancient Dragon Elephant Sutra. His body is comparable to that of ancient ferocious beasts and is immune to firearms. Even Lu Zhang behind him couldn't possibly cause him any harm. Moreover, now he is worried that the matter will not get out of hand. Lu Zhang, I remember that Qi Wei, the deputy director of the Magic City Security Bureau, was a former student of the old man. Lu Gan seemed to have thought of something and suddenly spoke. The Magic City Security Bureau is responsible for all security matters in the entire Magic City, and is also responsible for solving strange incidents. It is definitely a high-ranking and powerful department. The director and deputy director of the Security Bureau are both high-ranking figures in the Magic City. Before coming to Shanghai, his eldest brother had mentioned Qi Wei to him, saying that he was a former disciple of Mr. Liu. He is pretty good in all aspects, but he is too utilitarian and always wants to improve himself too much. It's a pity that he never had any opportunities and no one helped him. In the previous 3 villain life simulators, Qi Wei, the deputy director of the Magic City Security Bureau, had never appeared. Although it may not necessarily prove that the other party has a problem, at least it is not a big problem. In this way, you can pull it out and use it temporarily. Before Lu Zhang could answer, Lu Gan made the decision. Call him over. Okay, Mr. Liu. Lu Zhang nodded, took out a special communication order from his arms, and sent a secret message. Since the Liu family sent Lu Gan to the Magic City, they naturally had some arrangements and background. It's just that it won't be revealed easily. Seeing that Lu Gan was about to make a big fuss, Li Yong immediately felt that something was wrong. If things go on like this, tonight's assassination plan will probably fail, and it will cause quite a stir, attracting attention from all sides. Even he got into trouble. He hurried forward, trying to ease the atmosphere, and grabbed Lu Gan's right hand. Brother, Zhao Kun is my friend, can you please give me some face and stop making trouble? Hand him over. Bang! Li Yong, who stepped forward, was also slapped in the face. He was stunned and covered his face, dumbfounded on the spot. Zhao Kun standing by also widened his eyes. I'm giving you face, who do you think you are? Lu Gan looked at the dumbfounded Li Yong with a look of disdain, and a sneer appeared on the corner of his mouth. You little b************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************* things in the previous simulations. I have been wanting to get you for a long time. Don't think that I'm so great just because I came to the Magic City and your Li family hosted me for a few days. I don't like what you said, so I'll slap you twice. Chapter 33. How dare you point a gun at Mr. Liu? Drag them all out and shoot them. I don't like what you said, so I'll slap you twice. Liu Gan's domineering voice echoed throughout the lobby, shocking everyone present. This young Master Liu from the imperial capital is so damn arrogant and awesome. There was no intention in his words to treat Li Yong as a human being. However, Li Yong, who always seemed elegant and sunny but was actually petty and dark-hearted, could no longer hold back. At this moment, he covered his face, his eyes trembling, and stared at Lu Gan in front of him. From the bottom of his heart, he looked down upon Lu Gan, the dandy young man from the imperial capital. In his mind, this dandy boy was destined to be dead tonight. As a result, he was slapped hard in the face by a dying man in public. For a moment, he almost lost his mind. Lu Gan, you dare to hit me? How dare you? I am a member of the Li family, and my mother is your cousin. You came to the Magic City, but you stayed at my house. Bang! Lu Gan's face turned cold and he slapped him again. Who do you think you are? You don't know the difference between high and low. Even if your father came today, I would give him 2 slaps. Bang! Just because you married a girl from my Liu family's side branch, you think you can be related to my Liu family. How can my Liu family have so many poor relatives? Bang! You uneducated b************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************ Mr. Liu, how dare you call me by my name? Your father didn't teach you well, so let me teach you. Bang! I came to the Magic City and asked your Li family to receive me. This is to give your Li family a great reputation. If your Li family accepts me, it's fine. If not, there is no need for you to stay. When I think about the previous villain simulations, I was tricked by the traitor Li family in the first 2 times. Lu Gan was also filled with anger, and his attacks became more and more violent. Back then, the Li family was in chaos and almost destroyed, but they only survived by seeking help from the Liu family. As a relative of the Liu family, he eats the Liu family's food but actually ruins the Liu family's business. He was even willing to be a dog for others to deal with him, a direct descendant of the Liu family. A bunch of conscienceless ungrateful bastards. It seems that when the elder brother and father decided to send him to the Magic City, they did not expect that the Li family, who were supposed to be the closest support, would be the sharpest knife behind him. Under Lu Gan's series of slaps and Lu Zong's gaze, the arrogance on Li Yang's face was gradually dispelled, and he instantly understood his own situation. Seeing that he was no match for his opponent, he quickly admitted his mistake. Mr. Liu, I was wrong, I know I was wrong. Mr. Liu, no, Uncle Gan, for my mother's sake, please give me a chance. Seeing that Li Yong was also slapped, Zhao Kun, who should have been furious, was dumbfounded at this moment. You know, the Li family can be considered as a relative of the Liu family. Li Yang's mother is Lu Gan's cousin, so they are uncle and nephew in terms of seniority. As a result, the living ancestor in front of him did not hesitate to slap him without giving any face, and advocated equality for all beings. Damn, this guy doesn't even recognize his relatives. Damn you Li Yong, you have finally gotten what you deserved. I have to say, people are always mean. Seeing that other people were treated the same way as he was, the hatred in his heart suddenly lessened a lot. In a sense, Li Yong, that B*************************, is the mastermind behind tonight's situation. If it weren't for this B***********, would I have been able to take this beating? Moreover, this happened in front of so many people. I'm afraid that the news will spread throughout the entire Demon City tomorrow. Seeing the miserable state of the Li family's young master, the guests present immediately lowered their heads in shock, like frightened ostriches, and would never dare to look at him again. I had thought that I would be able to establish a relationship with the two heirs of the Zhao and Li families tonight, but what I ended up seeing was a scene of them being in such an embarrassing state. It would be bad if these two people held a grudge against me. Liu, who brought his men in with guns, was terrified when he saw Li Shou, who was at the same level as Zhao Shou, being slapped by the young man in front of him. Knowing the other party's origins, it would be terrifying. And just now he had brought people in and pointed guns at them. It's over. I've hit a wall this time. Ding, the host slaps Li Yong, the mastermind behind the murder, in public, causing him mental damage, and gets reward, villain points plus 8000. The cold mechanical voice of Villain Life Simulator appeared again. At this moment, Lu Gan's villain points have exceeded 5 digits, reaching a staggering 16,800. This number is enough for him to start 3 more villain life simulations. Trample, trample, trample. At this moment, there was suddenly a burst of orderly vibration sounds coming from outside and approaching quickly. A series of tall and agile figures, fully armed and wearing the black Imperial law enforcement uniforms, suddenly broke in, causing many people to exclaim in surprise. These figures all exuded terrifying blood energy, and they were obviously successful practitioners. None of them was below the 3rd level of Tongshuan. Subscribe to Chinese Novel Audio Wave. The leader was a middle-aged man with a square face, a resolute expression, a righteous aura, and he exuded the pressure of a superior. It's the Black Robe Law Enforcement Team of the Magic City Police Department. They are the elite among the elite. If you want to join them, you must be at the Tongshuan realm, and they won't show up easily. Back then, a mysterious realm appeared in the sky above the Demon City, and a strange invasion sneaked into the Demon City. It was the Black Robe Law Enforcement Team that was responsible for clearing it out, and they killed a lot of people at that time. Wait, the middle-aged man in the lead seems to be Qi Wei, the deputy director of the Magic City Police Department. Some of the people present exclaimed and immediately recognized the identity of the middle-aged man in the lead. This is a legendary figure in the Magic City. It is said that the director of the Magic City Police Department has reached retirement age. Qi Wei is very likely to take over and become the new director. Even the 4 major families in Demon City are trying to win over this person. Then, in their astonished eyes, they saw Qi Wei suddenly lead the team towards Lu Gan, and stopped when they were a few steps away. Senior Lu. He first nodded at Lu Zhang, and then looked at Lu Gan. Mr. Lu, what do you want? Looking at Qi Wei in front of him, Lu Gan nodded slightly, but Lu Zhang's voice transmission appeared in his mind. Mr. Lu, Qi Wei is in the transcendent realm. He is quite utilitarian, but he is also loyal. The old man once commented on Qi Wei, saying that he is someone who can do dirty work. The 6th realm is extraordinary. As the deputy director of the Magic City Security Bureau, such cultivation is not bad. In the entire Demon City, he is second only to those powerful people who have entered the Saint Realm. Moreover, he has a righteous face, but the ambition in his eyes and the desire for progress are difficult to conceal. No wonder he arrived so quickly. I really want to improve. Besides, it can do dirty work, right? There was a hint of teasing in Lu Gan's eyes, and he looked at Lei Hu and others who were behind Zhao Kun and were in a state of panic. Director Qi, someone just pointed a gun at me, what do you think I should do? How dare you point a gun at Mr. Lu? Drag them all out and execute them. Chapter 34. Lu Gan. I am very angry now and want to kill the leader. After receiving the instructions from the Lu family, Deputy Director Qi Wei rushed over almost without stopping. In total, it didn't even take a minute. There's no way, he really wants to improve. Right now, he is in an awkward position. Although the director of the Magic City Police Department has reached retirement age, he is still reluctant to step down easily. Another deputy director who has background support is also eyeing him and wants to step on him. In this situation, if he wants to get promoted, he will inevitably encounter a lot of resistance. Although, during this period, various forces in the Magic City and several top wealthy families secretly sent him an invitation, in an attempt to win him over to their side. But in his mind, there are naturally better candidates. That person is naturally Lu Gan, the young master of the Lu family in front of him. The Lu family of Daxia is a real pillar of power. Thinking back to the past, he was able to rise all the way from a poor boy to become the deputy director of the Magic City today. It was because the old man of the Liu family passed through the Magic City that year and recognized a talent. He casually said something and pointed out his talent, thus giving him a chance to make a name for himself. Since then, he has always regarded himself as a disciple of the Liu family. And since he didn't want to hug the thighs of the Liu family, which were thicker than his waist, would he hug the short legs of others? For this reason, he has been looking for opportunities to contact Mr. Liu during this period of time, but there have been no good opportunities. So, the opportunity has indeed come. Back then, if it weren't for Mr. Liu's appointment, I, Qi Wei, would have been just an ordinary team leader, and I wouldn't have been the deputy director today. The Liu family has given me, Qi Wei, a new life. If you dare to touch Master Liu in the Magic City, you will touch my hat. I think you guys are just criminals who want to destroy the safety of the empire. Take them all out and shoot them. Qi Wei's face showed anger, as if he was the one who was humiliated, and his mouth was full of gratitude to the Liu family, without any concealment. An expression that said, "I will never forgive evil." This dog-licking look instantly shocked everyone present. Swish, swish, swish. The black-robed law enforcement team did not take action immediately. They simply cut off the limbs of the lawbreakers, led by Lei Hu, and dragged them out. You, what are you going to do? Master Zhao, save me. Master Zhao, save me. Mr. Zhao, I am yours. I am yours. Listening to Lei Hu's terrified screams, Zhao Kun's red and swollen face changed slightly, and he stared at Qi Wei intently. Obviously, he didn't expect Qi Wei to dare to touch his Zhao family's people like this. For so many years, no one in the entire Demon City dared to touch anyone from the Zhao family. This D Qi Wei clearly wanted to use the Zhao family to show his loyalty to Lu Gan. How dare you use my Zhao family as a token of your loyalty, Qi Wei, you are awesome. Zhao Kun cursed in his heart, obviously hating Qi Wei. If the Zhao family can't punish Lu Gan, how can they punish a mere deputy director like you? Facing Zhao Kun's resentful gaze, Qi Wei remained calm and showed no fear at all. Compared to the Liu family, which is a powerful family, the Zhao family is easily offended. Compared with Zhao Kun, the brainless guy, Li Yang at this moment felt a creepy chill for some reason. He had already seen that Lu Gan was going to take advantage of the situation to make a big deal out of it and target the Zhao family. This legendary dandy boy is really as sinister and unreasonable as the rumors say. Damn it, if the incident gets bigger and bigger, it will definitely attract attention from all sides. It will be very difficult to continue the assassination plan. Right now, if even the Magic City Security Department gets involved, the possibility of the Li family being exposed will increase. The assassination plan must be changed. Just when Li Yang was cursing inwardly, he suddenly noticed that Lu Gan's eyes suddenly turned towards him and Zhao Kun with a hint of profound meaning. Now that we have dealt with the annoying flies, it's time to deal with the issues between us. Bang! Gunshots suddenly rang out. Outside the hotel, Lei Hu's cry for mercy suddenly came. Boom! In an instant, for some unknown reason, a chill suddenly emerged in the hearts of the two. As if something bad is about to happen. When the gun goes off, someone dies, and when someone dies, someone has to cry, and when someone cries, someone wants to speak. I'm still very angry now, and I want to kill the leader again. Lu Gan looked at Zhao Kun and Li Yang in front of him with cold eyes, and slowly said, "What else do you want to say now?" Dig the groove. Li Yang's scalp tingled, and he instantly saw the undisguised murderous intent in the other party's eyes. Question mark, exclamation mark. Could it be possible that this lunatic really killed them? Etc. The reason why this madman came to the Magic City is because he caused quite a bit of trouble in the imperial capital. In comparison, killing them doesn't seem like a big deal. Bang! Zhao Kun was instantly frightened and fell to his knees. Mr. Liu, I report it. I confess that everything tonight was planned by that D Li Yang. He was the one who told me that he wanted to drug School Beauty Liu. I really didn't know that School Beauty Liu was your woman. If I knew, I wouldn't dare to do it. The instigator of all this is that D Li Yang. I am at most an accomplice. Seeing that Lu Gan was really going to do it, Zhao Kun couldn't hold it anymore and sold Li Yong out directly. He never thought that just giving him a medicine would cost him his life. From beginning to end, he didn't even get to eat the meat, not even get to smell it. He will be killed if he does not move. Dig a hole. Zhao Kun, you b********************, d, how dare you frame me? Master Liu, it was this b***************** d who was plotting against Miss Liu. I can testify. Just shoot him. Seeing Zhao Kun decisively selling out his teammates, Li Yang's head exploded and he cursed angrily. This b*********** d usually has a bad brain, but at this moment, he suddenly becomes smart. He didn't dare to bet on the probability of whether Lu Gan dared to kill someone. Previously, Lu Gan, the living devil, was in the imperial capital. Because of a woman, he almost caused a death. Li Yong, I'm Ning. Zhao Kun suddenly jumped up and punched Li Yong, and the two of them started fighting like dogs. The brotherly relationship that seemed close just now seemed to have completely broken down at this moment. They both wanted to kill each other. In response, Lu Gan just watched coldly, as if he was looking at two dead people. Lu Zhang, who had been standing behind and watching coldly, suddenly looked at his own cool young master with a strange look. For some reason, he always felt that his own master Liu seemed different from before. Chapter 35, The two great ancestors have arrived. A show of strength. Lu Zhang was a little surprised. It seems that our Mr. Liu is not as simple as we imagined. He is not at all like the dandy young man as rumored, and his political skills are definitely not bad. Just a few words caused Li Yong and Zhao Kun to fight each other and kill each other. It seems that the previous reputation of being lustful was just a protective color. That's right, the Liu family is one of the 12 meritorious dukes of the Great Xia Empire, so which of their descendants is useless? Lu Gan was naturally aware of Lu Zong's inquiring gaze behind him and could sense it. However, at this moment, he didn't care. Instead, he looked calmly at Li Yong and Zhao Kun who were fighting in front of him. These two people seemed to be fighting to the death, but in fact they were holding back and were not really fighting. They were more trying to delay time. I think he was planning to wait for reinforcements to arrive. The incident has become so serious that there must be people from the Zhao and Li families present who have started to tip off the public. It seems that you still have some brains and are not completely stupid yet. Lu Gan sneered and instantly saw through the two people's little thoughts. But, what's the matter? Today, even if the King of Heaven came, it's useless too. Since you can't explain it, let me be the judge. Director Qi, drag these two people out and execute them. As soon as these words came out, Li Yong and Zhao Kun, who were stalling for time, looked very surprised. Even Qi Wei was a little stunned. Killing two heirs of the Magic City nobles at once, this is the end of a war to the death. Even his immediate superior, the director of the Magic City department, wouldn't dare to play like this. Even though he was brave, he hesitated at this moment. Moreover, from the beginning to the end, everything was just because of a woman. Moreover, she is a woman who has not been succeeded. Why, Director Qi is scared. Lu Gan looked dimly at the hesitant Qi Wei in front of him. If you want to make progress but don't want to offend anyone, then what's the use of you? If you want to be a dog, you have to be mentally prepared to be a dog. If you don't even listen to your master, what's the use of you? Not good. Qi Wei's body trembled, and he woke up instantly, cursing himself for being stupid. No matter how powerful the Li family and the Zhao family are, they are only limited to the Magic City. But the Liu family is rooted in the capital of Daxia. That is a huge monster that ranks among the top in the entire Daxia. The two are not of the same size at all. If he could get the support of the Liu family, let alone the position of chief of the Magic City Police Department. In the future, I am afraid that everyone will have the opportunity to go further and go to the capital of Daxia to take up a higher position. In comparison, the so-called Li family and Zhao family were offended if they were offended. He had heard that this young Master Liu had a special status in the Liu family and had always been favored by the entire family. Immediately, he broke out in a cold sweat and reacted quickly. No problem, absolutely no problem, Mr. Liu, if you ask me in person, I will kill these two people myself right away. At this moment, in order to completely cling to Lu Gan's support, Qi Wei naturally did not hesitate and was ready to personally make a pledge of allegiance. This kind of thing cannot be left to others. Seeing that Qi Wei did not hesitate, he walked towards Li Yong and Zhao Kun step by step. Lu Gan nodded with a slight satisfaction in his heart. It seems that this person can still be used. The possibility that he is a member of the power behind the scenes is almost negligible. Yes, he forced Qi Wei to kill this time because he wanted to test the other party's loyalty. On the other hand, they want to test whether the other party is an enemy or a friend, and whether he is the mastermind behind the scenes. Wait, Director Qi, what are you going to do? You are crazy. The Li family will not let you go. Seeing Qi Wei coming, Li Yong and Zhao Kun stopped fighting instantly and their faces turned ugly. Faced with a 6th-level extraordinary strong man, the two of them had absolutely no power to resist. Zhao Kun was dumbfounded. At this moment, the most devastated person was Li Yong. This plot is wrong. Shouldn't Lu Gan be tricked and killed by the extraordinary, Thousand Shadow Assassin, tonight? How come he was going to be killed? Grandpa, help me. In desperation, Li Yong finally couldn't help but break down and yell. Boom. Suddenly, ripples appeared in the space inside the room. There were two old figures, one in front and one behind, coming one after another. Master Liu, spare his life. Mr. Liu, please show mercy. The first one to arrive was the ancestor of the Li family. The one who followed closely behind, a step slower, was the ancestor of the Zhao family. Enter the 4th level of sainthood. Enter the 5th level of sainthood. The pressure from the two powerful saints seemed to be revealed inadvertently. They all appeared suddenly, instantly making the atmosphere on the scene depressing, almost freezing the air. Everyone present had a slightly changed expression. Unable to withstand the pressure, they immediately fell to their knees. It's you. Lu Gan's eyes moved, and he looked calmly at the ancestor of the Li family who was coming. Even though it was just our first meeting. But he instantly recognized that the other party was the mysterious man who led Lu Zhang away during the first simulation. Colleague, and also the masked killer during the second simulation. Moreover, the other party had obviously arrived earlier, but had been lurking in the dark. Seeing that Li Yong was about to be killed and the ancestor of the Zhao family was arriving, he finally showed up. Not good. Qi Wei's pupils shrank, his hair stood on end, and he instantly felt a murderous intent that penetrated deep into his bones. Being stared at with pressure from two saint-level masters, even he could not bear it. He immediately took several steps back, his face pale. Boom. At some point, the bodyguard Lu Zhang who had been standing behind him had appeared in front and stood in front of Lu Gan. Boom. A terrifying pressure far exceeding that of the two powerful ancestors suddenly erupted and pressed over in an instant. Snort. Lu Zhang snorted coldly. A terrifying pressure erupted, and a wave of spiritual energy burst out, knocking the ancestors of the Li family and the Zhao family out of space. Enter the 7th level of sainthood. The ancestors of the Li family and the Zhao family both cried out in surprise. Obviously, no one expected that the Liu family would equip Lu Gan, a dandy young man, with a powerful 7th level saint. The 7th level of sainthood is divided into 9 levels, and each level has various mysterious abilities. Entering the 7th level of sainthood can almost be said to be among the top existences in the entire demon city. Even the two saintly ancestors of the Zhao and Li families were far behind. Once the fight starts, I'm afraid even if the two of them join forces they may not be able to defeat Lu Zhang. In an instant, the faces of the two ancestors changed, each with a different look. Originally, the two wanted to take advantage of their seniority and rescue their own family members. Now it seems that it is no longer possible. Being able to be protected by a 7th level saint, it is obvious that this dandy young man Lu Gan holds a special place in the hearts of the Liu family. If you are not careful, you might really offend people. Compared to the shock of the Zhao family's ancestor, the Li family's ancestor was shocked, but his heart sank and he couldn't help but clench his fists. Now we are in trouble. Lu Gan looked coldly at the two ancestors who suddenly came over, and suddenly said, "Haha, you two, are you planning to take advantage of your seniority and your cultivation to intimidate me?" Chapter 36, Silencing the Witness. Would you like me, the Protector, to compete with you too? As soon as these words were spoken, the faces of the ancestors of the Li and Zhao families changed drastically. Liu Zhang, who had reached the 7th level of sainthood, was obviously not someone they could defeat. If a real fight breaks out, they will be the ones who suffer. Moreover, if they really offended the Liu family behind Liu Gan, I'm afraid both families would be in danger. A mere bodyguard who protects the younger generation has such terrifying cultivation. It is natural to imagine how terrifying the real strength of the Liu family is. I dare not. I dare not. Mr. Liu, you misunderstood. I was just anxious to save my grandson and offended you. Both of us are willing to take out a 6th rank royal weapon as a small gift, to apologize to young Master Liu. As they spoke, the two of them hurriedly took out 2 royal weapons from their storage bags. Magical weapons, ordinary weapons, magic weapons, mysterious weapons, spiritual weapons, treasure weapons, royal weapons, emperor weapons, and immortal weapons. Royal weapon is an extraordinary weapon belonging to the 6th realm. But weapon refiners are rare, just like talisman masters, and their weapons are even more precious. Even a super powerful person in the 6th realm may not necessarily possess a royal weapon. Even powerful families like the Li and Zhao families would feel painful if they took out one easily. The ancestor of the Li family took out a jade Ruyue, which contained a special formation that could emit vitality and heal itself. The ancestor of the Zhao family wears a pitch-black cloak made from the skin of a strange creature called a fog ghost. It can release strange fog to hide the body. The two of them were among the top super bosses in Shanghai, but in front of a young guy like Liu Gan, they could only smile and curry favor. There is no way, I am inferior to the opponent, my arms cannot bend my legs. Ding, the host used his power to force the 2 saintly ancestors to bow their heads and apologize, and received a reward, villain points plus 20,000. In the blink of an eye, another 20,000 villain points were credited. In an instant, Liu Gan's villain points had reached a huge sum of more than 30,000 yuan. Moreover, there were 2 special, royal weapons, added to the account. You guys are smart. Liu Gan glanced at him, nodded slightly, and showed an expression of superiority and disdain. Compared with the frustrating pursuit in the villain simulator before, he is now full of energy and vigor. No way. His sudden appearance disrupted everyone's plans. Not only did he give Li Yang, the planner, a severe beating, but he also forced out the ancestor of the Li family who was hiding in the dark. Nowadays, the so-called killing situation has been broken for the most part. Only the 1,000 shadow assassins hiding in the gutter did not show up. However, there were several powerful saints present, and even if Chenying assassin had the courage, he would not dare to show up. If he were to be assassinated, no one present would survive. By then, the ancestor of the Li family would probably be the first one who wanted to kill the 1,000 shadow assassin. When all the darkness is exposed and placed under the spotlight, everything is pale and powerless. This is a blatant conspiracy. He winked casually. Liu Zhang on the side understood instantly, caught the 2 royal weapons, and returned them behind him. Okay, we've dealt with the 2 old ones, now we have to deal with you 2 young ones. General Liu looked at Zhao Kun and Li Yang again, and the smile on his face became brighter. However, such a brilliant smile seemed like a devil to the 2 of them. In an instant, the 2 young masters of the demon city were so frightened that they cried and shouted to the sky, like the Calabash brothers, calling for Grandpa. Grandpa, save me, save me. Liu Ruyue, I didn't even touch you, and I almost died. Grandpa, this is all because of that B*************** D Li Yang who deceived me. I am so wronged. Seeing their grandson's terrified look, the 2 old ancestors' mouths twitched slightly. Who could have thought that such a small matter would cost the life of the heir of 2 powerful families in Magic City? The little girl in the arms of the Liu family's youngster is simply a beauty that brings disaster. Ahem, young Master Liu, my Li family and the Liu family are also related by marriage, and I am also friends with your father. Can you please forgive me? I think there must be a misunderstanding. My Li family is willing to compensate Miss Liu. The ancestor of the Li family spoke first, wanting to plead for mercy. Not to mention that Li Yong is a descendant of the bloodline he values, his intelligence and strategy alone are among the best in the Li family, and he is expected to revitalize the Li family in the future. Nature cannot be sacrificed easily. Yes, Mr. Liu, I think what happened tonight might be a misunderstanding, and my Zhao family is willing to compensate. The ancestor of the Zhao family also pleaded. However, compared to the calculations of the Li family's ancestor, he showed more true feelings. It was obvious that he really loved his grandson Zhao Kun. Misunderstanding. There are so many misunderstandings. I'm afraid you two want me to swallow back what I just said. I've already said that I'm very angry tonight and someone is going to die. How could I go back on my word? Lu Gan sneered and interrupted the two people's pleas, which immediately made the two ancestors' faces turn ugly. But the next moment, his tone suddenly changed. However, since the old man of the Li family mentioned my father, I will give you face and only execute the culprit tonight. As he said that, Lu Gan looked at Zhao Kun and Li Yong and said, "So, who of you two is the real culprit?" Subscribe to Chinese Novel Audio Wave. Uncle, it's Zhao Kun. I'm your nephew. Mr. Liu, it was that B**************** D Li Yong who was behind this. Seeing the difficult question being thrown back at them, Zhao Kun and Li Yang's faces changed drastically and they refused to admit it. Seeing that both sides insisted on their own opinions and blamed each other, the atmosphere at the scene instantly fell into a stalemate again. At this moment, Lu Gan's voice suddenly sounded. Since both of you refuse to admit it, I have a good idea. Why not search the soul? Soul search. That seemingly calm voice instantly changed the expressions of everyone present. What kind of demonic method is this? Searching the soul at every turn. At this moment, the one who reacted the most was Li Yong. His body trembled suddenly, and he suddenly realized the fear of death. Because there are too many things in his memory that he cannot bear to see. Evil creature. I think you are the one who caused all this tonight. Suddenly, there was a loud shout. Boom. A terrifying gust of air suddenly erupted and swept away. Lu Zhong frowned and wanted to stop him, but he saw Lu Gan with his back to him, shaking his head slightly. Boom. Li Yong was instantly swallowed up by the air wave, turned into blood mist, and died without a burial place. The person who made the move was none other than the ancestor of the Li family. Chapter 37. Blue. Heaven. Master. Ah. When he was about to be swallowed by the air wave, Li Yang's face was stunned and full of disbelief. He never thought that he would become an abandoned person. He saw the murderous ancestor of the Li family, and Lu Gan, who was staring at him with a playful smile on his face. At the last moment, a look of realization seemed to emerge in his eyes, and he understood everything. You already knew. Puff. Zhao Kun only felt a horrible blast of air, and then a stream of boiling liquid splashed onto his body, covered in blood. He opened his mouth wide, his face full of fear, his body trembled uncontrollably, and his mind went blank, as if he was frightened by the scene before him. Just now, a living person next to him was blown up and turned into blood mist, splashing all over his body. This is almost a psychological trauma. Dead. Dead. All dead. Frightened Zhao Kun screamed and yelled as if he had gone mad. Zhao Kun was not the only one who was shocked by this sudden scene. Except for Lu Gan, everyone present had a look of astonishment on their faces. Who could have thought that the ancestor of the Li family, who was protecting Li Yong in the last second, would suddenly explode and kill his most beloved grandson in the next second? Without any hesitation, without any mercy. From the beginning to the end, there was not even a chance for Li Yong to say a word. At this moment, the only person present who knew the real reason was probably Lu Gan. The old man is really cruel. He even didn't let his own grandson go. Lu Gan sneered in his heart, with a hint of sarcasm and mockery. The reason why the ancestor of the Li family became so crazy was naturally the result of his coercion. By the time he proposed to search the souls of Zhao Kun and Li Yong to prove their innocence, Li Yang's death was already imminent. It's just because the memories in Li Yang's mind involve too many things, too many of which cannot be seen in the light. The plan to assassinate Lu Gan. The truth about the Li family's betrayal. Information about the forces behind the scenes. If any of these things were leaked, the entire Li family would be destroyed. Not only will the Liu family not let them go, but even the forces behind the scenes will not let them go. For his own sake and that of the entire family, the ancestor of the Li family could not let Li Yong continue to live, nor could he let the other party say a single word. Even if the other party is the grandson you most favor, it will not work. This result was what Liu Gan was happy to see and what he wanted to see. On the one hand, his first and second simulations with the villain life simulator were most likely caused by an ambushes by the poisonous snake, Li Yong. Maybe this boy's cultivation is not high, but he is proficient in conspiracies and tricks, and it is hard to guard against him. It is definitely a good thing to kill him in advance. Now, I have indirectly avenged myself and let out a sigh of relief. What a pity. I think there is some useful information in Li Yang's memory, but I can't view it. Otherwise, it will definitely attract the attention of the mastermind behind the scenes, expose it in advance, and bring about a fatal disaster. The current situation is just right. I have solved the killing situation without exposing myself. I think the mastermind behind the scenes wants to kill me, so they need to reorganize their strategy. The time left for me has been extended. Liu Gan thought to himself. Old Ghost Li, are you crazy? You actually killed your own grandson. Qi Wei, the deputy director of the Magic City Police Department, who had been silent all this time, suddenly shouted. Or did you already know that all the things that happened tonight were done by Li Yong alone? The Zhao family ancestor also reacted, and immediately protected Zhao Kun behind him, and said to Liu Gan. Mr. Liu, the villain has already jumped out. It's the Li family. My grandson was just deceived. At this moment, the ancestor of the Zhao family naturally guessed that the ancestor of the Li family did not want Li Yang's soul to be searched, fearing that it would involve some things. Maybe it's some family secret, or a special secret. But right now, he doesn't want to care and just wants to push all the responsibilities away. The Li family ancestor who suddenly became the target of public criticism also reacted at this moment. My reaction just now was a bit too extreme. But the matter is of great importance, and as long as the matter can be covered up, everything is worth it. Mr. Liu, this old man, the ancestor of the Li family, opened his mouth to speak, and hurriedly tried to make a corresponding explanation to cover up the past. But he was ruthlessly interrupted by Liu Gan. Who gave you the courage to do that in front of me? Liu Zhang, let him learn a lesson. The Li family ancestor's face changed, and he saw a flash before his eyes, and Liu Zhang's figure appeared in front of him silently. Bang! A slap on the chest. The ancestor of the Li family instantly turned into a cannonball and flew out, hitting the wall hard, blood spurting out of his mouth, and he was seriously injured. The suppression from the realm meant that the ancestor of the Li family was destined to be no match for Liu Zhang. After severely injuring the ancestor of the Li family, Liu Zhang did not continue, but returned behind Liu Gan. If you do it again, I will kill you, old dog. Liu Gan's eyes were calm, ignoring the shocked looks around him, and he spoke coldly. The ancestor of the Li family cannot die yet, the matter has become too big. It is easy to attract the attention of the mastermind behind the scenes. If you just cripple it, you can also effectively delay time for the next simulation of yourself. Thank you, Master Liu, for sparing my life. Although the old ancestor Li Yong, who was beaten half to death, was so angry that he vomited blood, he still had to thank him in a frustrated manner. What is this? Ding! The host cleverly calculated and forced the ancestor of the Li family to kill his grandson Li Yong, completely destroying the first killing plan against you, playing everyone in the palm of your hand, and obtaining special rewards. Villain points plus 30,000, and the temporary talent level of the next simulation plus 1. The temporary talent level of the next simulated draw will be plus 1. Unexpectedly, there was an unexpected gain. Liu Gan raised his eyebrows, feeling secretly delighted. If I could draw a red talent similar to, you can't see me, next time, wouldn't it be possible to directly upgrade it to a purple talent? By then, I don't know how much the effect can be enhanced. Sure enough, you still have to change the future of the timeline in order to get a generous reward. Now, we have a pretty good understanding of what happened. The culprit is Li Yong. This matter ends here. Liu Gan waved his hand, hugged Liu Ruyue, and made the final decision. I have some important things to do next, you can leave now. Mr. Liu is wise. The ancestor of the Zhao family bowed. Blue. Heaven. Lord. Ah. Zhao Kun, who was frightened to the point of going crazy, suddenly knelt on the ground and shouted excitedly. The Zhao family ancestor's face turned dark. He knocked the man unconscious with a palm and took him away directly. Mr. Liu, in this case, I will take my leave first. The ancestor of the Li family was also forcing himself to say goodbye at this moment. Among those present, only Qi Wei was still there. Then I will not bother you, Master Liu. Seeing that things were about to end, Qi Wei was sensible and watched Lu Gan hugging a drunk beauty and preparing to say goodbye. Wait, Director Qi. Lu Gan suddenly called out to stop him. Director Qi has been very tired tonight. Lu Zhang, give me a reward. Swish. The Jade Ruyue, a royal weapon with healing powers given by the ancestor of the Bingley family, was lifted up by spiritual energy and presented to Qi Wei. This thing came from the hands of the ancestor of the Li family. God knows if there is any problem in it. Naturally, Lu Gan would not keep it, so he gave it to Qi Wei as a gift, very generously. Chapter 38, Destined Protagonist. Get rid of it. Mr. Liu, this too. Qi Wei looked at the Jade Ruyue in front of him, his pupils shrank, and his voice became a little more trembling. This is a 6th rank royal weapon. Even for him, as the deputy director of the Magic City Security Bureau, a 6th level, royal weapon, is an extremely precious existence. In this empire controlled by the Great Xia royal family and aristocratic families, weapon refiners are almost always wooed over by various forces and treated as guests of honor. Under this level of blockade, practitioners' magic weapons are absolutely rare. Although he was born into a civilian family, he still managed to rise to the position of deputy director. But he only had one 6th rank, royal weapon, on him. But now, every time Lu Gan makes a move, it is a kingly weapon. This is almost equivalent to his decades of hard work. At this moment, it's not that he doesn't want to take it, but he is afraid that after taking it, he will no longer have anything to do with the noble person in front of him. Director Qi, take it. It's just a small item. I've seen a lot of small items like this. You will get more in the future. Lu Gan saw through Qi Wei's hesitation at a glance and pointed it out directly. At the moment, the possibility that Qi Wei is the mastermind behind the scenes is extremely small and can almost be ignored. A deputy director of the Demon City Police Department, a powerful person in the extraordinary realm, can be considered to have some weight. I think it can still be useful at critical moments. You can just use it for your own benefit. Right now, he has almost fallen out with the Li family, so naturally he needs a local boss to take charge and arrange some things. In the future, if Qi Wei can use him well, it is not impossible to promote him to a higher position. Qi Wei naturally heard the intention of winning over and appeasing each other, and was immediately overjoyed. Thank you, Master Liu, for the treasure. He stretched out his hand, ready to take the Jade Ruyue in front of him. Just then, a hurried sound of footsteps suddenly appeared from not far away. However, I saw a young figure wearing tattered clothes, like a beggar, carrying a tattered cloth bag, looking rustic and ruffian, rushing towards this side. This person is none other than Yi Chen, the destined protagonist. Perhaps it is in line with the principle that the protagonist should appear last. At this moment, when everything was settled, he finally appeared. Oh no, we played for too long and almost missed something important. Ryu, I'm afraid you're getting impatient. He came over in a hurry, cursing in his heart that drinking had delayed things. It turned out that just an hour ago, when he was accompanying Liu Ruyue to the banquet, he suddenly saw a girl who looked like his first love, so he went over to chat with her, drank a few glasses of wine, and communicated with her. As a result, by the time he reacted, almost an hour had passed. Realizing that he had left the goddess in his heart at the banquet for an hour, Yi Chen wanted to slap himself twice. Without his protection, what would happen if Ryu was targeted by those men with bad intentions? Filled with remorse, he rushed into the Century Hotel when what caught his eyes was the messy ground and a dazzling scene. He saw that the perfect goddess in his mind, Liu Ruyue, was drunken, rosy-faced, lying in the arms of a young man. Seeing this scene, Yi Chen's blood pressure instantly rose. Land. Dry. You're only here at this time. You're worthy of being the protagonist. You're already so late. If it were a TV show, the villain wouldn't know how long it would take to finish his job. Lu Gan looked speechlessly at Yi Chen, who had hurried over, and complained in his heart. As for this guy, whoever follows him will probably suffer a lot. At present, Yi Chen has a destiny and the remaining soul of a mysterious grandfather, so it is very difficult to kill him. However, since I'm here, I might as well clean it up. It's just right to leave some parts behind, so that the next time you simulate, you can track and investigate, seize the opportunity, and snatch that 9 steps to heaven. Land. Dry. The furious Yi Chen turned into a shadow and pounced towards him. Let go of Ruyue. Blinded by rage, he was completely unaware that Qi Wei, who was at the extraordinary level, and Lu Zhang, who was at the saintly level, were standing beside Lu Gan. Humph. As a bodyguard, you are nowhere to be seen at the critical moment. You can't even protect your master. Lungs. Fog. Lu Gan looked at him with disdain and snorted coldly, not taking Yi Chen seriously at all. If Yi Chen now had that 9 steps to heaven, he might even look at him with higher regard. But now, Lu Gan resisted the urge to punch out with his Kangmang tyrant dragon fist and blow his opponent's head off, and said coldly, "Get rid of it." Swish. Lu Zhang behind him suddenly stretched out his hand and grabbed, and a terrifying spiritual energy wave burst out, condensing into a green blade and shooting out. Ah! Yi Chen, whose reason was overwhelmed by anger, suddenly let out a scream. A sharp pain came, and his right arm was cut off in half out of thin air and flew out. He woke up instantly and realized that something was wrong. The next moment, Qi Wei appeared out of nowhere, stood in front of him, and grabbed his forehead. "How dare you, you lunatic, attack young Master Lu?" Boom. Suddenly, at the critical moment, Yi Chen was wrapped in a strange flame and turned into a spark. Under the gaze of everyone, he mysteriously disappeared out of thin air. Lu Gan, I will be back. Bang. Qi Wei picked up the broken arm from the ground and respectfully presented it to Lu Gan, with a look of guilt and fear on his face. "Master Lu, your subordinates are incompetent and let the assassin escape. Please rest assured, I will immediately issue a wanted order to ensure that the assassin has no place to hide in the entire Magic City. This happened just as I got in touch with the noble person. Isn't this a slap in the face? A mere crappy bodyguard actually dares to put on such a slap in his face." Qi Wei even wanted to kill Yi Chen at this moment. Lu Gan glanced at it casually and put away Yi Chen's severed arm that was handed to him. This thing is still useful for the subsequent simulation. Ding, the host uses his power to oppress others, cuts off the arm of the destiny protagonist Yi Chen, forces him away, and causes a heavy blow to his mind. Reward. Part of Yi Chen's destiny blessing, 7 days. Mr. Lu, if you plan to rest here, I will arrange a team of security officers to patrol the area and clear out irrelevant people to ensure that no one disturbs your leisure time. Go and arrange it. Lu Gan waved his hand, hugged the drunk Liu Ruyue and walked towards the hotel room prepared upstairs. This room was originally prepared by Zhao Kun for himself. Now, it belongs to him. Chapter 39, The Fourth Simulation. 10 consecutive draws at the beginning. Outside the Century Hotel, Deputy Director Qi Wei is making arrangements at this moment. Gather all the middle and high-level personnel in the agency who are on duty, on vacation, and above the 2nd level of cultivation. Go to the Century Hotel as quickly as possible to take charge of the inspection work. All guests in the entire hotel must be cleared out, and no safety risks are allowed. Anyone within a 2-mile radius should be driven away. Any suspect should be arrested and shot dead when necessary. Quote. In order to climb up the Liu family's ladder, Qi Wei tried his best. In just less than 10 minutes. Outside the hotel, teams of black-robed law enforcement officers from the Security Bureau appeared. Responsible for guarding and clearing the area, and driving away all irrelevant people within a few miles. Even the other guests who were originally staying at the Century Hotel were forced to leave. Qi Wei, the deputy director of the Magic City Police Department and a powerful person in the extraordinary realm, directly led an elite team to guard the entrance of the hotel, and even ignored other things. Obviously, he didn't intend to show the nature of the madman Yi Chen had just offended Mr. Lu. Today, the entire Century Hotel is almost surrounded by an iron barrel, and the surrounding defense is extremely tight. Damn it. The Li family's ancestor is ruined, and all plans are messed up. Do you want me to break into this iron wall alone? This kind of camp can only be solved by the old monster Tianren. But I'm just a 6th level extraordinary killer. I saw that in a shadow not far from the Century Hotel. Zheng suddenly opened a pair of eyes and looked at the scene in front of him with a gloomy look. This sudden change also made the 1,000 shadow assassins, lurking in the dark, feel confused and cursed. Without the assistance of teammates and no one to lead him away, he had to carry out the assassination alone. He is Superman. If something goes wrong, you might die. ... Bang! Liu Gan stood at the bay window on the top floor of the Century Hotel, overlooking the well-defended scene below, and a satisfied smile appeared on his face. Such meticulous protection, plus the protector Lu Zhang outside. The place where he is at this moment is definitely the safest place in the entire Demon City. It can be said that this scene is more elaborate than Liu Gan's previous villain simulations. It seems that the decision to subdue Qi Wei was the right one. A deputy director who wants to improve himself is much stronger than a Li family member who has bad intentions and cannot be tamed. At this moment, I have also established a foundation of my own in the Magic City. Subscribe to Chinese Novel Audio Wave. If I can support Qi Wei to become the director, I can use the entire intelligence network and armed forces of the Magic City at my disposal. Using power to gain strength without exposing one's strength is the truly smart way to use it. No wonder so many people like to pursue power in previous lives. Liu Gan was filled with emotion. Suddenly, his eyes turned to the drunken charming Liu Ruyue in his arms. Normally, everyone would have some thoughts when facing a delicate goddess. But after knowing the intention of the mysterious celestial being Liu Ruyue to get rid of the father and keep the son, how could Liu Gan easily cut off his own arms and support? Before his plan is realized, the mysterious god Liu Ruyue cannot just watch him die and has to protect him. This is undoubtedly a huge trump card. Even if the mastermind behind the scenes sent a celestial assassin to kill him, they would have to defeat Liu Ruyue first. Besides, women are not as fun as simulators. Bang! In his arms, the drunk Liu Ruyue was casually thrown onto the carpet at his feet. The Liu family has a strict tradition, so they will certainly not take advantage of others' misfortune. Liu Gan muttered to himself. Then, he strode towards the big bed and lay down on the comfortable bed alone, looking very happy. Liu Ruyue. Okay. This is how you play, right? In a corner where Liu Gan couldn't see, Liu Ruyue couldn't help but clench his little fist. It seems like what to do if someone hits someone. ... Host. Liu Gan. ? Age. 18. Profession. Talisman Master, Level 4. Realm. Peak of Divine Power. Kung Fu. The 4th level of the Ancient Dragon Elephant Scripture, Heavenly Level. The 5th level of the 1,000 Shadows Magic Skill, Heavenly Level. The True Book of Talismans. Divine Magic. Dragon Elephant Tyrant Body, Shadow Simulation, Shape-Shifting, Vast Dragon Fist, Supreme Mode. ? Constitution. Supreme Emperor Bone. Talent. Grease the soles of your feet blue, you can't see me, red. Items. Life Replacing Blood Escape Talisman, Temporary Talent Level +1, Part of Destiny Luck, 7 days, Yi Chen's Broken Arm, 6th Rank Royal Weapon, Mist Ghost Cloak. Number of Simulations, 0 times. Villain Points, 66,800. Looking at the brand new attribute panel and the more than 60,000 villain points. At this moment, Liu Gan also felt at ease as he had food in his hands. Next, it's time to conduct the 4th villain life simulation. The primary task of this simulation is to use the 9 steps to heaven, a powerful secret technique that can continuously improve several realms. As long as I can grab this opportunity, it will be of great benefit to me in the next simulation and in the real world. After planning the 4th villain life simulation, Liu Gan's eyes began to turn serious. Villain Simulator, start the 4th simulation. Ding, 5,000 villain points have been proactively deducted from the host in exchange for 1 villain life simulation. Ding, the 4th villain life simulation begins. It is detected that the host has sufficient villain points. Do you want to spend 5,000 villain points to perform a temporary talent 10 draw? Talent 10 consecutive draws. It has never appeared before. Was it because there weren't enough villains before? As expected, you still need to have money to spend. Naturally, Liu Gan, who is very rich now, would not refuse. If I can get a golden legend, that would be great. Yes. Ding, start the 10 consecutive draw. The drawing is over. Please choose one of the following 10 temporary talents. Born with supernatural power. White, I was born with supernatural power. Question mark. Photographic memory. White, you can remember everything you have seen. Question mark. Extraordinary self-healing. Yellow, the body's self-healing ability is increased tenfold. Question mark. Golden gun. Gray. Question mark. Iron bones. Green, invulnerable to swords and guns, and immune to water and fire. Beast trainer. Yellow, the creature you defeated has a certain chance of being tamed and chooses to surrender. Question mark. Nonsense. Green, even ghosts won't believe the nonsense you tell, but people will believe it to a certain extent. Talisman genius. Red, you have a unique understanding of talisman talent and are a natural talisman master. Question mark. Question mark. Chapter 40, Purple Talent, Talisman Seed. Looking at the 10 temporary talents extracted, Liu Gan simply ignored the yellow, white and gray low-level talents. Only the 3 talents of Bone of Steel green, Tail of Nonsense green, and Genius of Talismans red were included in his candidate list. The first one, Iron Bones green, although it can improve combat effectiveness, is undoubtedly the lowest value in his mind, and was the first one to be eliminated by him. Soon, his eyes moved between the 2 talents, Ghost Talk green and Talisman Genius red, and he seemed to be hesitant. It must be said that the effect of Ghost Talk undoubtedly made him quite excited. To a certain extent, ghosts don't believe what you say. But people do. What a concept. This is simply a different kind of brainwashing technique. To some extent, it can fool people. For the specific effect, you can refer to the case of a failed art student. This thing, who wouldn't be tempted? If you fool the people behind the scenes while you are in the villain life simulator, you might be able to get some special information out. But unfortunately, there is another more powerful one that is more suitable for him in this draw, the Talisman Genius red. This is not only because of his identity as a talisman master, but also because of the rewards he had received before. Next simulation talent level plus. As long as he chooses the red talent Talisman Genius, he can transform it into the first purple talent. That is second only to the first class golden talent. Last time, the red talent You Can't See Me gave him unimaginable effects. I wonder how amazing and unclear the higher level purple talent will be. But at this moment, Liu Gan was also somewhat unwilling. If I draw again next time, I'm afraid I may not get Ghost Talk. Simulator, is there any way to preserve Ghost Talk? After hesitating for a moment, Liu Gan decisively chose to communicate with the villain simulator. Ding, the host can pay 5,000 villain points, choose to keep Ghost Talk green, and specify the option to delay it until the next simulation. Faced with the plan proposed by the villain simulator, Liu Gan hesitated for only a moment before choosing to agree. Although 5,000 villain points is not a small number. But the special nature of this green talent is very worthwhile. After retaining Ghost Talk, Liu Gan decisively made his choice for this simulation. For this simulation, I choose Talisman Genius red. Ding, the existence of a special reward is detected, and the temporary talent level begins to increase. Ding, congratulations to the host for obtaining a temporary purple talent, Talisman Seed. Talisman Seed purple, you are a natural seed of the talisman. Any talisman in your hands can have the effect of turning decay into magic. Talisman Seeds. Liu Gan's eyes sparkled. Just by looking at the introduction, he could tell the domineering nature of this talent. I just don't know what the specific effect is. However, I think we will know soon. Simulation starts. As the most dissolute playboy in the imperial capital, you have broken the killing plan against yourself, temporarily relieved your situation, and also obtained a new purple talent, Talisman Seed. You have awakened the Talisman Seed, as if you have opened up your Ren and Du meridians. You took out the Talisman book, and began to check it. You found that those previously obscure and mysterious runes no longer have any secrets in your eyes. You read the True Book of Talismans, and began to fall deeply into the world of talismans. You began to learn the rest of the recorded fourth-order talismans and improved them to become more powerful. During this period, Liu Ruyue, who was pretending to be asleep, tried to seduce you, but you ignored him. Women are not as fun as talismans. No words were spoken that night. You were immersed in the ocean of knowledge, unable to extricate yourself. The more you read, the more you discovered the profoundness and exquisiteness of the author of the True Book of Talismans. You have read the True Book of Talismans thoroughly, but it only records a fifth-level talisman, Fire Dragon Technique, and nothing else. You feel a little regretful, and on the last page, you see the author's name, Zon Fuzzy. Zon Fuzzy, you have not heard of this name, but judging from the book, the True Book of Talismans, his talisman realm is definitely the best in the world and far beyond your reach. I hope we can have a conversation if we have the chance in the future. You begin to study the only fifth-level talisman recorded in the Talisman True Book. During this period, Liu Ruyue, who was pretending to be asleep, still did not give up and kept trying, but what she didn't know was that you look like a playboy and lustful, but that was just a disguise. Born into a prominent family, you have practiced a certain unique skill to lock up the pure yang since childhood, and have never leaked it to others, and you still have the uterus keeping blood. You suddenly felt a heat, as if you were affected by some kind of power, and the talisman seed took effect. You ignored this influence. No wonder. I felt like something was wrong with me during the first two simulations. It turns out that Liu Ruyue also used some tricks in secret. Liu Gan looked at the toad blood in his hand, then at the text on the simulator, and suddenly realized what was going on. Since he was a child, the old man of the Liu family told him not to lose his power easily and to try his best to maintain his pure yang body, saying that it would be beneficial in the future. For this reason, although he seemed ridiculous over the years, he never crossed the line. Only during the first and second simulations did unexpected events occur. At the same time, the Supreme Emperor Bone in his body was awakened. The next day, Liu Ruyue, who could no longer pretend, had to wake up, but before she could say anything, you drove her away. You are very busy now and don't have time to act with the other person. You continue to comprehend the True Book of Talismans. You have mastered the only fifth-level talisman, Fire Dragon Technique, in the Talisman Book. You have initially become a fifth-level talisman master. You have mastered the fifth-level talisman so quickly and become a fifth-level talisman master. Liu Gan was a little stunned. He seemed to have underestimated the power of the purple talent Talisman Dao Seed. At this moment, the self, in the simulator, the realm of the talisman master, has actually developed his own realm of cultivation. The deputy position directly surpasses the main position. You are very happy that you have mastered the fifth-level talisman, Fire Dragon Technique. At this time, Liu Gan knocked on the door and brought you a message. A mysterious secret realm suddenly appeared in the sea area of Demon City. Thank you for watching. Continue exploring the fascinating world of Chinese novels with us. Hit that subscribe button on Chinese Novel Audio Wave to stay updated with our latest stories. And never miss out on a great listen.